What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Retro Who Collectibles. How about that new intro, huh? What you guys think about that? Trying to up the quality of this stuff a little bit here. Shout out to my brother who put that together for me. Did an amazing job. Um, so we just dropped the update video like not too long ago, and then lo and behold, PSA drops. I jumped back on after working and stuff, and PSA drops another bomb today, announcing $50 economy submission events. Okay, now these are going to be very exclusive, very timed events in which you'll be able to submit a card for a 90-day turnaround time for $50 under a $1,000 declared value. This is interesting because I think the timing of all of this is what's really interesting. So we'll talk about this for a second, but what I'm looking at right here is the post that they actually made on Instagram. And so there's going to be 3 different events. It looks like Tuesday, which would be tomorrow, Thursday, tomorrow, Tuesday, next Tuesday, and then the Thursday after that following Thursday. So a total of 3 events looks like they're being scheduled. Event waiting rooms will open 1 hour prior to the start times above. These economy submissions are exclusive to PSA Collectors Club members. So you have to be a member. And then they're pushing the memberships, right? They're saying, if you would like to purchase a silver membership, please to access these events, go to psacard.com/join. Okay. So it's very interesting that they're trying to open this back up, right? So they're opening everything back up, and it's getting to a point to where I think that they feel that they have an end in sight when it comes to this mountain of backlog that they've been underneath for the last, 18 months, right? One of you in the comments mentioned about, the fact that they had shut down services completely in March of last year. I completely shut everything down, and since then have not really brought on much more work, and that makes sense because if we look at their complete through dates, just as we just saw in their in the update video, they're right at about that time frame. So I think they're going to be stuck there for a while because they got a lot of cards in during that time. Part of their backlog was all brought in during that time. So as they're probably at the biggest point in their mountain of backlog. They're at the peak of their mountain of backlog. And I think this is kind of where they're going to start really looking over the horizon of this massive mountain of backlog that they've been sitting underneath and really trying to decide how they're going to structure everything going forward. This is going to be a really important time for them because now they've kind of had an opportunity to sit back, take their beatings. I've given them out for the last year or so. They're going to have an opportunity to really sit back and really strategize about how they're going to open things back up, what price points they're going to come in at, how they're going to do all of this in terms of making sure that they don't ever fall back into this situation again. And I think the next 2 to 3 months for PSA is going to be very, very, very interesting. So I'm at a point to where I'm really curious to see what's next for them, and really curious to see how the next, like I said, 60 to 90 days really play out. The fact that they can actually offer this service, right? It's $50 for 90 days, right? The fact that they can actually come out and say they have a 90-day turnaround time right now is interesting because there's a lot of us that have been waiting on our cards for a very long time, almost a year for me. And if they're saying that they can take a card right now and have it back to you in 90 days, then I have to assume that they'll be able to get anything that's currently in the backlog out within the next 90 days. So I'm saying that within the next 90 days, so we're looking at January, February, March, April, no later than the end of April, I'm saying they're probably going to be roughly caught up with this mountain of backlog, and it's all going to be behind them. And that's where things are really going to get interesting. So I don't know. It's funny because, even my brother, who has a lot of vintage Star Wars, is saying, "Hey man, like I got some cards I'd like to submit." So we might give it a try. We might try to see if we can submit a few cards. Try to see if we can make it into the event. I do have a Collectors Club membership that was extended. Remember, those of you that have those memberships, during the shutdown, those memberships were extended, right? So log in and try to see if you still have your account. And I might submit a couple cards to them for my brother for his vintage Star Wars collection, and just kind of see how they do. Will they really hit the 90 days? Will they hit it sooner? Will they not? What do we think about the grades? What do we think about customer service and all that stuff? So it's going to be interesting to see. I think, a lot of folks within the next 2 or 3 months, myself included, probably going to start seeing a lot of cards coming back. I'm already seeing it on YouTube from a lot of the content creators within the hobby that are getting back these massive 100 card, 200 card, 1,000 card orders. I'm seeing it in some of the group submission Facebook pages, Facebook groups that I'm in, that are starting to see a lot of these big, huge, 500 card bulk subs come back. That's a good sign. So I'm not going to get too excited about it. Again, I'll probably try to document the submission event tomorrow and release that video. But in the meantime, I mean, let me know what you guys think. I'm really curious what you guys think about this. Normally, I would be pretty upset at this kind of stuff, but just given everything that's happened over the last 2 or 3 days, as I've been pulling data, this new introduction of the complete through dates for the dealers, sitting at around March, which is kind of the tail end of this big wave. I'm kind of hopeful. I'm kind of hoping that this is the light at the end of the tunnel for them, and we'll see. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. As always, I really appreciate the input. And I appreciate you guys always watching. Love y'all. Peace.